What up? It's me back in another video, and look, I have a couple updates for you guys, so let's just get right into the video. Alright guys, so the first thing I have is that our defensive lineman Deshaun Hand has been downgraded to out for tomorrow's game against the Philadelphia Eagles. Not too surprised about that one. Hopefully he can be back soon. I think maybe a few people were kind of surprised, so that might be a good sign that maybe he'll be back by next week because he was limited in practice this week. So we'll see what happens, but at least for this week, he is out, which is, you know, it's a loss. Obviously, we want him on the field, but he hasn't been out there this year, so it's not like we're losing someone that has played. But I know a lot of people are optimistic that Jared Davis will play tomorrow. Then as we know, there's a lot of things going on with Taylor Decker. If Taylor Decker plays, who starts left tackle? That's just a big question that we've had. But I also have some other news, is that we have signed wide receiver Marvin Hall and released Chris Lacey ahead of the Eagles game tomorrow. And this is interesting because Marvin Hall is a very fast wide receiver. Now, will he be active? That's the question, right? He's on the 53-man roster. We'll see if he plays or not. But what I'm very interested in is that this is a guy that can return kicks. Okay, this is a fast guy. Okay, he was reportedly had a 40-yard dash that whipped for a 4.28 time. Now, that's just that much slower than Ty Johnson, but it's extremely fast, right? No mistake about it. But why would the Lions do this, okay? So I'm thinking to myself, why would you get rid of Chris Lacey? You know, he was good in the offseason. Oh, I get it. Because he played kick returner, and this guy is a solid kick returner. So my thought is, are the Detroit Lions preparing to have a different kick returner for tomorrow's game against the Philadelphia Eagles? Now, he also probably could play punt returner as well. I'm going to guess, if it's not Agnew, which I don't think it will be, but it might be, I guess, maybe. I'm going to guess it will be Danny Amendola. But for the kick returner position, my thoughts would be Ty Johnson. But now, I think maybe it's Marvin Hall. That's why the Detroit Lions made this move. Or they're just doing this as a second string option if something happened. Maybe because, you know, there's going to be more of a workload on Ty Johnson. You have to think, we got rid of C.J. Anderson. So now he's our number 2 running back. So since he's going to have a bigger workload, maybe you don't want him returning kickoffs, right? So maybe that'll be Marvin Hall, okay? Marvin Hall has returned 26 kicks in his career for 616 yards, okay? So this guy can definitely return kicks. His longest kick return was 53 yards. He has some talent doing it. He's a very fast wide receiver, like I said, and he also has 10 catches for 149 yards. So we can also catch the ball. So he may bring that depending on what we do. We haven't had to use tons of wide receivers. We've ran, I think, most 3 wide receivers at a time this season, and then usually we put a running back out there. Actually, sometimes it's been C.J. Anderson, which is kind of weird, but he caught a few. Maybe it'll be Ty Johnson. But either way, I don't know how much he'll play at the wide receiver position. I'm interested in this because I think he'll be our kick returner for week number 3 versus the Philadelphia Eagles. Like I said, he reportedly ran a 4.28 40-yard dash. So if that's the case, that's fast. Like I said, Jamal Agnew is one of those guys that were benched last week, okay? Jamal Agnew was benched because it looked like he honestly fumbled again, but he wasn't playing very well, and he was benched, and they brought in Danny Amendola to do punt returns, and then the next time we saw the kick return, it was Ty Johnson standing back there. So if I had to guess, my prediction, Marvin Hall may be our kick returner for week 3 versus the Eagles. Shout out to my guy on Instagram. I cannot remember what your Instagram name was. You have a Lions logo, but he actually brought this to my attention. You know, he wants to see Marvin Hall be activated. He wants to see him play. We'll see what happens. I think the one thing that we may see from him is him being a kick returner for week 3 versus the Eagles. We'll have to wait and see what happens, but that is your update. Thank you, Prop, for watching. Y'all are doing really well in the last video, and I appreciate all of you guys. I'm sorry for the late videos today, but, you know, Michigan football is on, and we're not going to talk about that. So thank you, Prop, for watching, and I'm